The Detroit question is another question that is oftentimes asked. Why Detroit? So many people think of Detroit as this city with the burned out buildings and decrepit buildings that are full of asbestos and lead paint and whatnot. And we've taken a completely different path in Detroit, as we have in the watch industry. Everyone's going right, we're going left. And we believe that that's what we're doing in Detroit. In Detroit, what we have done is we have set up shop in the College for Creative Studies. Initially, what we wanted to do is we wanted to find a building in Detroit and tell the story of us refurbing that building and putting a watch factory in that building and doing what we're doing today. But we decided that as we were doing that, we decided that the partnership with the College for Creative Studies would be much more beneficial to the brand, and it was an incredible collaboration between Shinola and the College for Creative Studies. And so in Detroit, what we have found is that the people of that city are there, and they're all wanting to help one another. They're all wanting to push the next guy forward. They're all wanting to see each other succeed. And so from that point of view, that was a major catalyst in helping us shift. And then when you're looking at manufacturing in the US, specifically for engines, where else do you go? You go to Detroit, We're making engines. Our engines are quartz movements, right? The guys down the street, they're making big blocks. They're making Hemis. They're making et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Different engines, different scales, right? But so what we have found also in regards to manufacturing is there's an incredible talent pool in Detroit, right? The people there are motivated. They want to move the city forward. They want to see the city progress. And they're innovative folks as well, and they get what we're doing. And so we've been able to train at this point. We have about 15 folks working in the factory who are assembling movements. Some of those folks never knew that there was a need for a movement in a watch. But we have brought in the talent from Rhonda to help train those folks and really get the factory up and running. And so, like I said earlier, we've produced 50,000 movements in Detroit. That hasn't been done in this country in many decades. We have built a factory in Detroit in the College for Creative Studies that has the capacity in its current state to produce 500,000 watches annually. And that factory has been producing quartz movements, assembling quartz movements over the past 12 months. We've produced just at 50,000 quartz movements. And if you know much about the history of watchmaking in the United States, there's no more watchmaking happening at scale in the US today. And so doing what we're doing is a major shift in the industry as a whole. And so we believe that if we're able to produce watches in Detroit, we can make anything in Detroit. And this entire project has been pulled together by literally hundreds of people coming together around the world to create products that are of the highest quality and have integrity about them and passion that comes into the product as well.